Rishi, can I ask you something?
No.
No? Okay, okay.
Of course, Joe.
But I will. I will.
I knew you would.
Yeah. um, I'm in 5 days ago. Uh, my son was born,
Mm.
and yeah, that's a lot of food for the mind because me and the mother of my child are not in a relationship together
Uh-huh.
and never gonna be. So it's very difficult for me now because when she says left, I think right. And when I say right, she wants left. So we're not on the same page ever with anything. Um, and she has all the control over the situation because she's the mother and the position of the mother is very strong in the Netherlands. So it's very hard for me to position myself in this situation because I want to love the child and raise it as my own, but I don't want to be obedient, like, oh, you decide everything. And it's very hard for me to what is the ego and what is a good choice, where I want to express the love and be a part of that child's life, but it's really hard to because she can be very nasty and say personal things to me that penetrate me to the core and really hurt, and uh, because of the hormones with the pregnancy, and it's really hard for me to don't push back, and I want to abide in the peace and take care of the situations from this place, not from this place. But she pulls me because she knows how to push my buttons, and um, and I'm afraid that I'm gonna make choices that uh, have like the consequences that I cannot be a part of the life of that child because she triggers me in this kind of ways that she triggers my old behaviors and my old patterns, like being like getting really mad and upset and do violent things that I did in my past, and she triggers it again, and and I'm very afraid of myself and I'm very afraid of the situations because I want to be a part of that child's life, but I don't want to be submissive, like because I notice that I'm here and then I'm all the way down, and I'm here and I'm all the way down, and I want to be like in the middle, steady, and but my mind pulls me, or she pulls me, and yeah, by my mind, and yeah. Long story short, I would like to hear some practical things that where I can put my focus on and attention, so that I can keep the calm and be at ease with everything that comes in my way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The very first thing that comes to mind is just to remind you that you are not in control. This has nothing to do with the baby's mother. I'm not talking about that situation. I'm talking about acknowledging that you don't know what the plan is. You don't know what the plan is for you. You don't know what the plan is for the child. You don't know what the plan is for the mother. This mind, which is chewing on all of this, has no idea, and it fears that uncertainty, that not knowing. So you have to understand this so that you can be compassionate toward this mind which is filled with fear. This fear does not belong to her, does not belong to the child, it belongs to you.
Mm-hmm.
This fear also does not have to define you. If, as you say, you want to be a part of your child's life, then right now, recognize within yourself, I am in this for the long haul. And mean it. If you are in it for the long haul, you can take some bumps and bruises to your ego. You can feel like you are out of control. One of the beautiful and glorious things about children is they are a constant reminder that our egos are in the way of our relationship with them. So if you truly are, and be honest with yourself about this, if you are truly in this for the long haul, and you really do want what you say you want, which is to be in the child's life for the long term, then your practice is patience. Patience with yourself, with your fear, with your misunderstanding, with your history. Patience with the mother, with her misunderstanding, with her fear. Because if both of you are in this for the long haul, there isn't space for this ego. This is where the question, who am I? Who am I referring to when I say I? This can come in very handy because it can remind you in just that quick that you are in defensiveness. You are in fear.
Mm-hmm.
You are not being patient. If you understand that this relationship with your child is for the rest of your life, you don't need to be in a hurry to get it all worked out today. If what is most important to you is to have a relationship with the child, then ask yourself, what is it going to take? It's not going to be controlling yourself. It's not going to be controlling her. It is going to be understanding your fear, your uncertainty, your pain, your
Mm-hmm.
suffering. It may involve having to keep your mouth quiet when your buttons are being pushed. For the sake of not your ego, but the long-term relationship of your child, with your child.
Mm-hmm.
This is not a problem you are going to solve today, Joy.
Mm-hmm.
But the one thing you can be sure is that your mind will make a mess of it. Therefore, you have to put this mind aside. You have to stop believing these stories. Take things as they come. Don't build up the big scenario. Oh, if she says this and I say that and she does this and I do that, then this will happen and that will happen, and a year from now this will happen, and 5 years from now this will happen, and
Mm-hmm.
all of this is that trauma, drama, suffering that the mind attaches to in order to prevent us from being here now. And the one thing that a child can teach you to do is it can teach you that you must be here now. If you don't, they will make you.
Mm-hmm.
So for you now, where the child is an infant and the mother has most of the control, that is the place where you begin your practice of patience with the intention of being in this for the long haul.
Yes. So I recognize so many things what you say, because I describe it as like question mark times question mark is question mark till quadruple,
Yeah.
and I really recognize it. It's so tempting for me to go with those stories. So tempting.
What's the payoff for you going with those stories, Joy?
It's 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 my mind explodes with fiction. It's fiction. It's
Yeah, but
so
what's the payoff for that? What do you
um
get? What do you get out of that? That's a habit pattern that you have. We've talked about this before in
mhm,
other or around other scenarios.
mhm.
What's the payoff?
It's stress. There's no payoff in positive way.
No, there has to be because we don't continue behaviors that don't have a payoff for us.
Mhm.
So ask yourself, not now to answer to me right at this moment, but I want you to ask yourself, what is the payoff? What do I get from allowing this mind to explode like that?
Maybe a way to want to transcend this, want to get rid of.
Maybe just a belief that I am real,
Yeah.
that my life has meaning, that I'm important
And I'm special.
and I'm special. You are not special. Your life isn't important.
No, no, I know.
You have no meaning, but you are here. You have to find the meaning in your here-ness, not in your imagination.
Hmm.
Because it's in your here-ness, in your now-ness, that you will continue to be able to open your heart, not only to your child, but also to the mother who has a different experience of you than what you are trying to bring forward now. It is not necessary that she understand you or that she agree with you. She can be living out of the story of herself and out of the story of your relationship before. This means for you, much more patience will be necessary. But your practice can be around your intention to love beyond yourself for the long haul.
Yes, that's very nice answer. Thank you.
Write it down. Put it on the fridge.
Hmm. Yeah, affirmation. I'm in it for the long run. Yes, thank you. I was hesitant to.
Keep your heart open. Keep your heart open. You don't know where it's going.
No.
Just keep your heart open and be willing to trust.
Hmm.
Your intention is to love. Go with that.
Yeah, and I like that metaphor, like riding on the water, and it's gone, and you don't know what's next or what was, and I like that metaphor.
Okay.
So thank you, because it
Yeah.
was on my mind. I think you noticed, and I'd like to thank you for this. Thank you.
Sometimes when we hear I am that which is aware. The mind can tell us, oh, this is nice, but this is not very practical. But I assure you, this is inexperience talking. When the mind says, this is lofty, but not practical, this is the voice of inexperience. Keep up your recognition. I am the self. I am that which is aware, here and now. Make this your mantra in the face of all conditions. And very soon, you'll begin to see the very practical nature of this practice. It will begin to transform every area of your life. Be compassionate with yourself, but be persistent. Challenge yourself. To know that which is aware is here now, even when you think you can't. Believe the truth of your own nature as being consciousness, even when you think this is an impossible task. Come back over and over to the recognition, I am the self, until you understand its practical application in all your relationships. Demand proof. Don't believe in empty platitudes of spiritual teachers and teachings. Demand proof. And work. That thing that most of us don't want to do. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Vandinam Mrityor Mukshya Mamritawa Swaha Bhuva Bhu Om Sat Jung Hang Om